you're gonna have to. Okay, now. Right here. Okay, this is what locks it on the ball. We're gonna line it up line the holes up, and it's now locked on. Okay, line up the holes.
Yeah.
Drop the pin in.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now you're locked on. Hook your chains. Okay. Straight down both sides. This is your breakaway system.
Okay.
You want the cable attached to your truck, so I'm putting it under the ring. And then I'm actually going to put it on this one like this. I did this to take up some slack so that it was the right length to be shorter than the chains. If this comes off the ball, the idea is that this pin will pull out and stop your trailer before you get to the end of your chain. I always put this around your cable because when you get back here and you're going to plug it in, there's only one way it can go into, okay? I worry that when you go around corners, this will get hooked around the corner. So by putting the chain on it, it kind of keeps it in the middle.
Good point.
So, and see, your little light came on because we plugged it in.
I gotcha.
So that just means that it's charging. I'm going to turn it on a sec. This is your trailer brakes.
Right.
Okay. And right now you're on 2, which is low. So look at your number.
Yeah.
Okay. Admittingly, this is a very light trailer, so I'm going to keep it at 5. I don't know whether your maximum is 10 or 12 or whatever, but I'm going to put you at 5.
Yeah.
When you drive out of here, you're going to do a couple of drives and brakes and drives and brakes.
Okay.
And if you don't feel anything at all, you're going to go up 0.5.
So this 8-foot tall trailer is awesome because it's not 8 feet from the ground, it's 8 feet from the tires. That's awesome. Okay.
So anyway, so the point is you've got plenty of room here. So you like these used to be shorter, and you had to get out of your truck, shut your tailgate to back up the last few inches. You don't have to anymore. You got plenty of room, and you won't hurt anything. Okay, now you have an electric jack. You have a big battery in here.
Okay.
This battery will charge when you drive. Okay, so that should keep it charged up. If it sits for months and you don't use it, you may have to put a battery on a charger.
Okay.
Okay, like put it in the house, put a trickle charger on it or something if you're not going to use it all winter.
Okay.
Okay. This is your manual jack. So if the battery is dead and you have to crank it, this is where it's hidden. Goes in the side, just normal, jack. Okay. Goes in there.
Right.
You crank your handle.
Gotcha.
So if this isn't working, you've got that option.
How do you get it out? Oh, I see.
Okay. All right, but you have electric jack, so we're pushing the button.
Is there one? Oh, there we go. Raise and lower.
Yeah.
What's the reset?
That's if you pop a fuse. Or,
Okay.
if there's a fuse with the battery and stuff.
Okay.
Am I going the right direction?
You're raising.
There we go. Once you get the weight off of this, you're going to want to pull the handle.
Okay, so why are you watching here
I
and
wasn't.
not there?
I'm watching that.
Oh, you're watching this.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Now that the weight's off of it,
It's loose.
yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're gonna have to.
Oh
Okay, now that is because of where the battery box is. That is physically hard to do.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it's easy. For us, it's hard. And okay. So I pulled it out before this gets up here too high because this is going to keep coming. All right, to get it up further off the ground.
Okay.
You can either use a lead rope, you hook onto the handle and pull from out here, or you're going to get yourself a couple of really big blocks and not drop the leg. Okay, this is your drop leg. Okay. Okay. And you want to be able to, you don't want your electric jack to have to do all of it.
Right.
You want to put your leg down so that the jack only has to crank a little bit up and
And
down.
so this position is what?
Right now it's in the open.
Open, okay. And
Okay.
when it was up before, was that locked?
See, this would be if you're gonna get it off your truck, you're gonna do this and put it back in the holes. See the there's holes over here. Okay.
Oh, there.
Right. And you lock it in the holes.
Okay, I gotta show
Okay.
you. There we go. Okay.
But because where the handle is, and that's locked on now, okay?
Okay.
It's gonna be physically hard to pull that handle. So,
So are you saying you want this all the way up to here?
yes, and it's
Okay.
going to be when I'm done here. See, it's gonna keep coming. Because you don't want to hit that on a dip in the road or whatever. You want it as high as you can get it. So basically when that handle hits the bottom of the box,
If you push it, or does it make any difference?
it doesn't make any difference. You gotta wait for it to just crank.
Yeah. All better than hand cranking, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it's rusted.
Okay, so there you are. Yeah, and for you to, actually you might be able to, actually, it sounds weird, but being able to lean on the box actually makes it a little easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it's not so bad. So now you're open and closed, locked on.
Okay. And that's high enough?
Yes.
Or do you want the handle to actually touch the box?
I think we're far enough. It's only got like 2 inches more to go.
Okay.
I think it's fine, and I don't want to put it down the box.
Gotcha.
What was I going to say? So yeah, the point is you only want to have to stand here and push the button for it to go up and down this much.
Okay.
So the rest of that is either you get your drop leg down to the ground,
Yeah.
or get yourself a stack of blocks
Yeah.
that you can stick under there so that you don't have to worry about pulling this out anymore. Okay? You're going to set it on the blocks and just do the jack.
Gotcha.
Okay, good. Some people forget that they can even do this part, and they make the electric jack do the whole lift. And that's way too hard for the jack.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So you got to help the jack by putting something under it. Either drop the leg or put blocks under it.
Okay.
Okay?
And so where it is right now, if I wanted to drop the leg, I just move it to the...
It's
Do I
hard.
just move it that way?
It's got to hook into there.
Okay. And are you pulling it to
Yes.
hook it? Or-
Yeah, it's on springs. You got to pull it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And if you pulled it, then is it going to drop back down again? No, because
It's spring loaded to come up.
you've used the electric thing
Yes.
to bring it up.
Yes. So it's open now.
Yeah.
You can put your foot on it, push it down, be brave. There you go. Hiya. There you go.
Okay.
Now let your foot up slowly. There you go. Now we've locked it into a hole, and now you go to the electric jack. Okay?
Oh,
Okay.
I get it.
But I'm pretty physically strong, and I know how to do this, so I can make it do this. I can see you having a lot of problems.
Yes.
Okay?
Well, especially when you don't know what you're doing, it's
Yeah.
hard to like put your strength behind it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Now put your foot on the thing.
Okay.
Just rest it lightly, and slowly let your foot up so it doesn't slam. There you go. And we're locked again.
Okay.
Okay? So
Gotcha. So when let's say I arrive home and I want to unhook this, I put the trailer where I want it.
Yep.
I open the hook there.
Yep.
I use my foot to push it to the ground.
Yep. And then you put the
I
handle
lock
back.
it into place
Yeah.
through a hole.
Yep.
And then I use the
This.
electric thing up here
Yep.
to raise it the rest to get it off the
Yes.
ball
Yes.
pitch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And you want, like I said, you want to save this for the short, for the last bits. You don't want to make it
Right.
do this much.
Right,
It's too hard
right.
on the gears.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Now, next part. All right. Let's see. Right here. Okay. This is what locks it on the ball. We're going to line it up line the holes up, and it's now locked on. Okay.
Right.
So that's it. And this space here is because it's sitting on the ball and it needs room to pivot around.
Okay.
So again, when you get home,
Let me cover on the other side.
you're gonna lift this back up onto this little shelf,
Okay.
and now this thing opens and closes, and you're unlocked.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
But line up the holes,
Yeah,
and drop the pin in.
gotcha.
Okay. So now you're locked on.
Gotcha.
And there's enough tongue weight on this that even if you forgot to do this, it would probably stay there because it's enough front end weight.
Okay.
Now, hook your chains.
Do you just leave the plastic on the chains?
I do. The chains are steel,
Yeah.
so they're trying to keep them shiny as long as possible.
Okay.
Eventually, the plastic will dry up and flake away,
Yeah.
but they're trying to make it look good. So, okay, straight down both sides, and then you have. This is your breakaway system.
Okay.
Now, up here in this black box, you have a little breakaway battery.
Okay.
Okay, that's a little 12-volt battery. All it does is break stuff.
Okay.
Okay. That one down there will do your lights and jack and stuff. This is for breakaway. This is a state law thing. Okay.
Okay.
So, and it sits here and it waits and it charges when you drive.
Yeah.
When you plug it in, one of these little lights will come on, letting you know it's working.
Okay.
If it happens that the truck and trailer is separated, this cable pulls out a little pin, and this is like a one-shot brake thing. It'll just stop your trailer so it doesn't go careening off down the highway.
Right.
Okay, so you want the cable attached to your truck, so I'm putting it under the ring, and then I'm actually going to put it on this one like this. Look like it. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so you are now attached to the truck. If this comes off the ball, the idea is that this pin will pull out and stop your trailer before you get to the end of your chain. So that this has got to be the right length to activate before you get to the end of the chains. So that the trailer is braking and you still have it control so it doesn't go off down the hill or something.
Right.
Okay? So there you are. Just attached to this, but I did this to take up some slack so that it was the right length to be shorter than the chains. And then,
Okay, so your breakaway cord needs to be shorter than the chain so
Yes.
that it breaks before the weight is on the chains. Got it.
Exactly. Yes.
Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah. There you go. And before it takes out your tailgate and everything else.
Right.
So you've got this much room. You need to be able to pull the pin out before you get to that.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Now this part I'm going to show you isn't a rule, but I always put this around your cable because when you get back here and you're going to plug it in, there's only one way it can go into.
Okay.
I worry that when you go around corners, this will get hooked around the corner.
Oh,
so by putting
yeah.
a chain on it, it kind of keeps it in the middle.
Good point.
So I can do this, but you can't do a turn and get stuck.
Yes. Gotcha.
So that's not an official rule. That's a Maggie thing.
It's a Maggie rule.
And it works.
Exactly.
And see, your little light came on because we plugged you in.
I gotcha.
So that just means that it's charging,
Okay.
which is a good thing.
Okay.
And that means that your battery in here is charging, and I'll show you. Okay, it's just a big deep cell marine battery. If you ever put living quarters in here, you can put another battery, but for running your lights and your jack, one battery is plenty. This, you can put a padlock in here because batteries walk away.
Yeah.
Okay, so get yourself a padlock.
Good idea.
While we're standing here, this is your light switch for the lights inside your stock area.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn it on a sec. This is your trailer brakes.
Right.
Okay. And right now you're on 2, which is low. So look at your number.
Yeah.
Okay. Admittingly, this is a very light trailer, so I'm going to keep it at 5. I don't know whether your maximum is 10 or 12 or whatever, but I'm going to put you at 5.
Yeah.
When you drive out of here, you're going to do a couple of drives and brakes and drives and brakes.
Okay.
And if you don't feel anything at all, you're going to go up 0.5. You know, just go up and make it go higher. Okay?
Yeah. If I don't feel the brakes gripping in the trailer, you mean?
Yes. Now, this is a big, strong truck. So even if these trailer brakes were locked up, because it's so light with no animals and stuff in it, your truck's not even going to know it's there.
Yeah.
So you could lock up the brakes and drag the trailer and your truck would still be happy.
Yeah.
But you want to feel something.
Right.
Okay? The old directions used to be that the trailer should be able to stop the truck. Well, it used to be big old hunkin' steel trailers and the trucks weren't this powerful.
Right.
So now the reality is, no, you want to feel the trailer doing something, but unless you fill us with your animals and crank the brakes up really high, you're not going to be able to stop this truck. This truck is too powerful. Okay?
Yeah.
So you want to feel it doing something, but not grabby. Because again, if it's grabby, your horses are going to be on their butts.
So if it's grabby, you
Go
reduce
down.
the gain.
Yes.
And if you want it to feel the brakes more, you increase it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So when you're driving along and you put your foot on the brake, you want to feel something. The trailer brakes are cheaper to fix than the truck brakes. So the trailer brakes need to be working.
Good point.
Okay? But if you're too much, like I said, you're going to skid and your horses are going to be on their butts, slide.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings me to a question.
Yeah.
Because I have this thing here, the exhaust brake.
Okay.
So
that'll end up doing a lot of the work for you.
is that okay to make
Yes.
this do a lot of the work?
Yeah, if you're going through the hills and stuff.
Yeah, because I did that pulling a 2-horse trailer
Okay.
up to the mountains, and I did not even have to touch my brakes on my truck.
That's okay.
Because this did it all.
Yeah.
So I didn't even use the trailer brakes or my truck brakes. And that's all right?
That's totally okay. Yep,
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
And I have no idea whether you'd wear out any parts. I don't, the way they designed it, they shouldn't. So, I mean, I'm a logic person. Make the cheapest thing work the hardest. But,
Exactly.
but I don't know. But
Yeah.
no, that's good. That's a good thing. So yes, if it can do most of the work coming down the hills, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. And if you hit like an ice patch or something, you know how they tell you don't put your foot on the brake when it's slick and snowy?
Yeah.
You can reach down. So instead of using your foot, you do this. You can activate the trailer brakes, and it's like throwing an anchor out behind you. It'll slow down, and it'll help straighten you out.
Oh, you just pinch them together.
Pinch them together. If you're ever not sure if your brakes are working, you roll the truck forward and you pinch it, and you can just make the trailer brakes work. You don't have to have both the truck and trailer working.
Oh, okay.
So that's your way of checking to make sure they're working.
Okay.
Okay.
So helpful.
Yes. Good. And one more thing. These things are smart enough to know when it's full or empty. So you remember the number for each trailer you tow. So let's say you have a big dump trailer full of horse poop, horse manure, and it's really heavy. Okay, you're going to push the button and go up to like 8 or 9 on your brakes.
Yeah.
And then when you hook up to this, you come back down to 5 or whatever it is, 5.5.
Yeah.
Remember that. But you don't have to change it because you've added 1 horse or 4 horses. You leave it there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this thing, what happens is it activates by being pushed. So the more weight that pushes it, the more the brakes will activate. So you want it to brake at a certain amount, and if you're driving along empty, it won't quite ever get there. But you put 3 horses in it and it will get there, but it won't, go past it and goes, screaming, locking up the brakes. So the more weight, the quicker it will get to that number. And if you're just cruising through a stop sign, it may never even get to that number, okay?
Yeah.
But it will, you figure out which one is the right number for the brakes on each trailer, and then leave it alone. It will figure out whether it's full or empty.
Okay.
Okay?
So even like if you're hauling that poo, you hook up the trailer without poo in it.
Yep.
You find the right gain.
Yep. It's going to be a big steel dump trailer. It's going to weigh more than this.
Right.
You drive it around, and then and it could be new brakes or old brakes. So you figure out whether it's new and working great or they're 10 years old and barely working. You find the number that makes you happy towing that trailer.
Right. And you find that number by pressing your truck brakes, and you want to feel the trailer grab.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Or at least working. Don't say grab, but feel like they're really working. Okay. Grab makes me nervous because then it gets grabby.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't want that.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then, yeah. And then as long as we're talking brakes, the other thing is these are magnets. So you won't probably hear anything when you activate the brakes. But if it's summertime, your window's down and you're cruising around and it's quiet, you can hear the brakes let go and it's a click noise.
Okay.
It's a good noise.
Okay.
I've had people who've owned trailers for 6 or 8 months and they hear it for the first time and they think there's something wrong.
Right.
It's the magnets letting go and they click.
Okay.
So it's a good noise.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
there you go.
I'll probably drive with the windows open so I can hear it
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah, you buy a trailer in the winter when it's raining and you don't hear it, and all of a sudden it's June, you roll the window down and all of a sudden you hear this funny noise and you think you've broken something.
You're like, what's all the clicking?
Yes.
There it is.